What do you think about the other MHA? Do you think he'll show up here today?
I would say he probably won't.
No?
Yeah, I kind of think he probably won't.
Okay. And
you know, he chose not to support the private members' motion that I introduced into the House a few weeks ago. So I would think he probably won't be here to support this rally today as well.
Who are saying to this government, no way, you may have power. The rest of this province needs air ambulance exactly where it is stationed now. To be here on the Northern Peninsula, if other parts of Labrador have a need, which indeed they do, find the means to meet those needs without playing with the lives of other parts of the province and possibly endangering many lives to come. All the correct facts and figures before a decision is arrived at. We here on the Northern Peninsula and Labrador, we're all reasonable people, and we're mature enough to accept the decision based.
Folks, I'm not going to speak very long. I've spoken at a number of these protests. I think most of you know my feelings. Just remember, about 16 months from now, we have our 1 day of democracy every 4 years. Remember where to put your check mark. Your promise, keep the fight, and in the end we will win. Thank you.
Here short, because if you listen to the radio, you know that almost everything that I've been saying has been on the radio. We have some ads on CFCD. We're trying to get them go wide and wide now because they're only covering the West Coast. But we do know from the talk shows that those ads are working. We are getting bigger and better support right across this province in places, you know, like Springdale and Valvista and areas like that. So we know that we are getting support.
I wouldn't be able to do a report for the fishery in Ranch. That's not my background. Wes Drogge has no background in aviation. He has a little bit of background in healthcare. He did a bit of family counseling in Hay River, ran a small community health center as he did in James Bay. In fact, he didn't do a good job in James Bay. You have to have the people who run the service provide the answers. It is not done here. It is wrong what we've seen. Secondly, I'd like to ask the members of Cabinet what they truly know about the report. I'd like to ask them if they really know about the situation that Mr. Kennedy is always talking about on TV when he's quoted as saying, I talked to the families in Labrador. I went into their houses and discussed it with them. I'm wondering what was said, because I know the facts in each one of these cases, and I guarantee you right now that air ambulance operation out of St. Anthony had nothing to do with any of that.
Mr. Mayor, you had some pretty tough comments today with regard to what you feel the position of the government is. How do you think that's going to affect anything at this point in time in your struggle to get this reversed?
I'm hoping people who really haven't understood what's going on, especially cabinet ministers, get out there and find out the true story. I want that to happen. I want people to know there is a move afoot to try to interfere with everything we do, to change things as they exist here, and there's no need of it.
Now, you referred to the families in Labrador. Did you have contact with those families in person?
I haven't had contact with families. I've met with people who know the families. I've also had contact with people who understand what's going on with your ambulance.